Hey guys, welcome to a new video. If you have been here before, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome to Roberto's Journals. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a braces update, and we are going to be talking about month 8 of having my braces in. Now, so much has happened in this month that I've got so much to talk to you guys about. I'm sorry that I didn't have the opportunity to film these in different sections. I wish I did, because I've had to go back to my orthodontist on 3 separate occasions in this month. But with it being December and leading up to Christmas, I've been really busy with loads of different things, and I'm sorry that I couldn't do it all in separate videos, and I'm just going to do it all in one this time round. Right, so let me talk to you first about when I went to my adjustment. So loads of things happened in this adjustment that I need to go through them one by one. So the first thing that they did was this bracket here. Do you remember this is the canine that I keep on talking to you guys about, saying I just don't feel like it's moving? Well, I think my orthodontist kind of noticed the same thing. Again, it wasn't something that was troubling him, but he had to make a slight adjustment to his plan to make sure that there was some progress with this canine here. So what he did, he actually removed this bracket here and repositioned it in order to get the best amount of leverage from the wire itself. So what I mean by that, in terms of the leveraging of the wire, is I'll need to quickly show you my teeth from like an above angle. So can you see how the wire, so imagine the wire is supposed to be this perfect U arched shape, right? Now you'll see from this canine here that the U shape is not perfectly round, and I'll quickly show you that now. So it is round, up until you get to this part here, where there's a little kind of, there's like a little dink to it, where this U shape in this part here is kind of like this. I hope that's making sense. I'm trying to make sure that you guys can actually see what I mean here. So that wire, what it's trying to do is trying to get to that perfect shape, because it's not there at the moment because of how this bracket here is repositioned. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if it doesn't make sense in the comment section below, and I'll try and explain it properly by writing to you instead. But so the reason why they reposition that bracket is precisely to get that perfect arched U shape from that angle that I'm showing you, and they reposition that bracket to try and help to get to that shape. And I really want to quickly give a quick shout out to Claire. You are exactly right with what you said to me. I'm so glad that I read that comment beforehand, that they did mention to me that because I had the ceramic braces that it might shatter and to be wary of it. And I thought, oh yeah, I'm really glad that I heard this from Claire. So Claire, thank you very much for letting me know, so that I was prepared in advance for when I went into my appointment. Also, I think Chig preferred to have put some quick ties in and around my mouth again. I think purely because just to make sure that the wire was super secure. I don't think it's for any particular reason other than that. I don't think there's any particular teeth that are making him concerned about the wire popping out. I think it's just for extra security. So he put some he put one here, but I'll talk about that in a second, as you can probably see that it is broken, but I will explain what happened there. And he put some other quick ties, mainly on the canines, just to make sure that they're super secure, especially throughout the Christmas period as well. Now, also, when he was putting this power chain on, the power chain kept on breaking as he was trying to put it on. I think he went through 2 sets of 6 power chains, but eventually he managed to get it all in, so that was absolutely fine. But I've got an interesting story to share with you, which is the reason why I had to go back the second time, so I'll explain that in a second. And then I did ask Chig about the gaps in my teeth because of when I got my teeth cleaned. So you can see here, you got the gap showing here, gap. There's gaps showing here at the top as well, and I'm sure that when these gaps close, there's still going to be visible gaps in between my teeth. Now, this is where I learned something about teeth as well in this adjustment, where he told me that my teeth and some people's teeth, they're thin at this section here, so not the roots, but you know, the bottom part of the teeth, and they get bigger as they come out. And you can probably see this with my teeth now, especially this one here. Look, can you see how it's really thin near the gum? and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger towards the bottom. It's like a triangle, right? So Chig said what he would do once my teeth are all aligned and perfectly straight and everything like that, he will shave them ever so slightly so that they're less triangular shape and more rectangular shape, so that when the power chain does its job to close the teeth, then there's not that excess. Because if you imagine two triangles together like this, if you trim off the top parts of the triangle like this, then of course the teeth are going to be closer together, right? Again, I hope that's making sense. My goodness, I don't know why I'm finding this so difficult to explain it to you guys, but I hope I am coming across as if I'm making sense. But so he's saying that he's going to shave the triangular parts of my teeth in order to allow the teeth to become closer, and that will get rid of these gaps. He's saying there might be very, very small gaps. They can't get rid of them entirely, but he did say that it's something that I shouldn't even worry about, and that he's already thinking about it, and that he's going to make sure that my smile is going to be exactly how I want it to be. Let me talk to you about my second visit and the reason why I had to go back to see Chig again. So, you know, I mentioned to you about how he had to change these power chains multiple times on my adjustment. Well, on this, I think it was this first or the second day, it happened very quickly after my adjustment. I'm going to try and show you here, and if I can't show it properly here, I'll insert the picture that I had to send to my orthodontist to show them, or to ask them if everything was going to be okay with it. But imagine the quick tie not here, because originally there wasn't a quick tie here, it was just a power chain. So on this canine here, can you see how the power chain is not around the entire bracket? I'm going to give you guys a second to have a look. The power chain is only on the top tag bit. You know this bit here that you have on your canine brackets? So the power chain is attached to the top part here, but not around the bracket. Now, at first I thought, okay, well, that's fine, because it's still pulling on the tooth via the bracket, but it wasn't covering the wire. And what I think I'll do now, actually, I think I'm going to insert the picture now so that you can clearly see what I mean. So I sent this picture to my orthodontist and asked him, is this going to be okay? Even though the wire is not being held in place by the power chain, is that going to be all right? And then they said no. And I had to go back in to make sure that they attach that wire back into the bracket itself. And I believe I know the reason why they needed to do that. Not only just to make sure that the wire was attached to the bracket, but I'm going to show you another flattering angle. So I'm going to quickly show you now from underneath, right? Can you see here how these two canines here, this one is kind of almost aligned on that arched shape, but this canine here is still somewhat pointing inwards. Can you see? So I feel like the reason why it was even more important to make sure that the wire was attached to this bracket is to make sure that it pulled it back out to make that arch shape as arched as possible. Okay guys, so the third time I had to go back to see Chig was because of two reasons. So the first reason was because there was excess wire at the top, on my top jaw on the right hand side here. The wire was so sharp that it was starting to cut the inside of my mouth. So not only was it super uncomfortable and discomforting, but it was actually scratching and cutting the inside of my mouth. I'm not sure if I'll be able to show you here because the lighting's not that great where I am at the moment. I'm currently in the car park of my gym. I mean, I do want to film outside like I normally do, but it's just so cold. And the last time I did do that, my hand was frozen from holding the camera. But anyway, let's see if I can show you now. Right here. No, it's too dark. But I don't know if I've got any pictures. If I do have a picture of it, I will show you and I'll put it up on the screen now. But it was really, really red. And when I asked Chig, or when Chig was filing it down, the excess wire, I asked him how much was actually sticking out from the back of my braces. And he told me that it was only less than a millimeter. So can you imagine how something so small can cause so much discomfort? And my only advice to you guys is, as soon as you feel some excess wire anywhere, don't wait for it. Don't do what I did and wait for it to become more of a problem to then call your orthodontist. Call them straight away, because if you're at a stage of it being uncomfortable and discomforting and painful, then rather you go and get it sorted now before it starts cutting. That's the first time I've ever experienced excess wire cutting the inside of my mouth. It wasn't great. I mean, it took around a couple of days for it to finally heal. Like now it's absolutely fine, but even yesterday I would feel it every now and again. Don't wait. Just go to your orthodontist and tell them that it's uncomfortable, and they'll sort it out for you straight away. Well, I hope they would, and I hope they would. Well, I'm sure they would. I mean, they would understand. How many of us who have braces have had to go back to the orthodontist to tell them about the excess wire? So please just go to them and don't let it get to the stage that I was in, where it was just painful. And then the second reason was, I already told you about these power chains and how they had trouble, or Chick had trouble with them on my first adjustment. And then I had to go back because of this part of the power chain. And then I had to go back again because of this part of the power chain here. Can you see how it's completely broken here? So it hasn't snapped completely. So imagine the O shape of the power chain is just the top section that's completely broken. So the bottom part is still intact. And I thought that Chig would have to take out the entire power chain and put a completely new one in. But he said that the elasticity of the power chain is still doing its job, pulling the teeth together. It's just a case that the power chain wasn't doing its secondary job of keeping the wire in place and attached to the bracket. So what he did was he just put a quick tie on top of it. Can you see? There's a quick tie on top. See here, focus. Yeah, right here on top. So that was the third time I had to go back after my initial adjustment. So I feel like everything has happened in this month. And again, I'm really sorry, guys, that I couldn't do it in parts. I wish I did. And in the next few months, I definitely will do, just to make sure that the updates are fresh from when they happen. I just apologize with it being the festive season that I was unable to do so, but I will be back to doing that, don't worry. So that's going to be my last video before Christmas. So this is the last time I'm going to see you guys before the holidays. So I just want to take this opportunity to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and I'd say a Happy New Year now, but it's highly likely I'm going to it's highly likely I'm going to film and edit and upload another video in between Christmas and New Year as well. But Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all of you. Thank you for coming along this journey with me towards my perfect smile. If you have any questions at all, any comments, any suggestions, oh, whilst I'm talking about comments and suggestions, I've got 2 more shout outs to say as well. So Sonia, first of all, thank you so much for your baked salmon suggestion for after your adjustment when your teeth hurt. My goodness, I haven't had salmon in a while, and it was just so nice to have a variety from the meals that I'm used to having after my adjustment when my teeth are hurting. Thank you so much. And now I'm having salmon loads recently. I think I'm going through a fish phase at the moment, but Sonia, thank you so much. And secondly, Ash, I knew you'd be absolutely fine when you went to go and get your ceramic braces in. I've told you already this before, that your teeth look amazing anyway, and I know that you've got other reasons why you have to have the braces in because of your jaw, etc. But I knew you'd go out and smash it. So well done you, and I can't wait to continue on with the updates with your journey towards your perfect smile also. But yes, guys, please do put any comments, suggestions, any ideas, anything in the comment section below. I read all comments and reply to all of them too. And I'm on this journey with you guys as well. So I'm learning as you are learning. And let's share everything that we're going through together also. So again, Merry Christmas, guys. Happy New Year. Thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Remember to be kind, and I'll see you on the next one. And until then, ciao.